At the moment, I'm broadcasting live from Belive. I'm going over to OneStream, waiting for the signal to arrive at OneStream. You know the routine by now. And then I'm going to press the button to go live on Amazon Live, all of which takes me to my iPad. And I've got to press the button on my iPad to actually go live. So I'm just waiting for the pink banner to turn red, and then we'll be live. And hopefully this will happen before the countdown clock finishes. The race is on. So I'm waiting for a go live. It says I'm live on Facebook, which is good. I'm just waiting for a go live on OneStream. And OneStream says broadcasting out to Amazon Live, and Amazon Live has just said hello. So I can come back to the studio, and I think we were beaten by the clock there. Okay, so this is Stephen in wonderful wet Wiltshire. It is raining hard today, and we've just been Angelica set this challenge at the beginning of this year for us to actually go for a walk every single day of 2022. And the rules are simple and straightforward. We go out the front door, we go for a walk. And it doesn't matter whether it's 1 mile or 3 miles, we do a walk each day. Taking with us our trusty Fitbit Inspire 2, which you can see there. And that's our way of keeping fit in 2022, simply by walking. And we know that it works. The rules are that you have to walk every single day, but you're allowed 15 days off throughout the year, okay? And you're also allowed, if you're ill and can't go out for a walk, then you don't have to go for a walk, all of which I think is quite fair. And today we are, as you said, checking the date. We're on the 16th of March, which makes this the 75th day of 2022. And so far, we've been walking on 71 of those 75 days. And that's evidenced by our Fitbit diaries, which are kept on Fitbit.com. And I keep mine on Strava as well. So all the walks we take are actually recorded on my mobile phone, which I've put somewhere. I do need to find it. Right, now the first thing we need today is some lights. So let's go over to the software and switch the lights on. Okay, now the only light I've got working is the light that's down the carousel at the moment, which is the Logitech Litra light. Now, I've had softboxes. I had 2 softboxes, one either side of me, and the light was reflected on the wall, but they were big. They were really big. If I dig out a photograph of them, you realize how big they were. They took up quite a space. So that's why I decided to go with this. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. This is the Logitech Litra light, and it's well designed, and it just simply fits off of your monitor. I've got 2 of these, in case you're wondering. The first one is actually on top of the monitor, and it's pointing down, and it's actually lighting me. Okay, and you can see the green screen behind me. The green screen, Logitech green screen, is also in the carousel, and I fully recommend getting a green screen if you're actually going to be doing background removal. This is the light as it appears when you get it out of the box, and there is wrapping around the base and there's wrapping around the back. Okay, you just take that off. Okay, it's not serving any purpose. As to the light itself, you can tilt it forwards, you can tilt it back. Okay, I'm going to show you on the second camera, I think. If we go here, okay, it's a bit busy at the moment. As you can see, the things I'm going to be talking about today are on the screen. I'm going to take them off one by one. We're going to be talking about Ukrainian art. That's that one gone. This is lights, camera, action with Stephen. Okay, and we're going to talk about webcams, audio gear, Fitbits, microphones, and live video. Okay, so I've hidden that one. I'm going to show you Logitech C920 later. And you're looking at this light, and in actual fact, if I go down here and go side by side, you'll see Marco Novo and Daniel Sigmund were actually demonstrating this light last Tuesday, and I was so impressed by it that I went and bought 2. And I was impressed. Basically, I watched a video on Amazon Live with Marco and Daniel. I was impressed by the light itself because of its size. I mean, as you can see, it's not a very big light, but it is a powerful light. So you can bend it forwards, okay? You can angle it, you can turn it left and right until you get it to position you actually want it. Okay. The light itself is mounted on this stand, and you just lift this ledge up and you then put it over your monitor, okay, or over your PC or Mac, and then you switch it on. I'm going to switch this one on. But before I do that, there is one final thing you have to do. This is a USB light, and it needs to be plugged in. Okay, I've now plugged the USB cable into the back, and now I can switch it on. Okay, there it is. And it works, and it's lighting me. I'm going to switch it off again, because, just a minute. Okay, switched it off again. So there's not an off switch. Now, on the back, that's the on and off switch, and then the other side, you control the temperature, and you can control the brightness of the light. Okay, they are independent of each other, and you can adjust the lighting to actually suit yourself. Now, at the moment, I've just got one Logitech Litra on top of my monitor switched on. I don't have any room lights on. I'll switch to room lights on in a moment. I'm just showing you how effective this lighting is. And that's how you can control it manually, okay? But you can also control it with software. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so let's go for screen share and be with me in a moment. I'm going to share a window. Now, what Logitech have done, and I'm going to come back to me now, is take an existing piece of software, which I'm going to put next to me. Okay, and take myself off full screen. Okay, hi Daniel. Okay, so next to me is the software that you can download from logitech.com, and it controls your camera. Okay, so with this software, first of all, the easy bit, I can switch the camera on and I can switch it off. Now you can see that with the, well, you can see a difference straight away. Okay, so that's light off and light on. Okay, just do that again. It's a grey day outside, so there isn't much natural light actually flowing into the room. So I do need an extra light, and the light I'm using is a Logitech Litra, which is down the carousel at $59.99. And we're going to go through now the software that actually comes with the Litra. Now, Logitech have a product called G Hub, which basically is a gamer's hub. Okay, and they've added the Logitech Litra onto the hub so that you can control the light from the hub software. If you're a gamer, the odds, and we've got Logitech cameras, right? And that's where we know Logitech from. It's from their cameras, the C920, 922, 925, 930, and Brio. Those are the cameras that they manufacture. This is their first entry into the lighting field. And I've got to say that they have made an excellent start, because this software allows you to control the lighting, and there are 7 presets, and I'm going to go through them. Okay, this is the first preset. This is called Bright Cool Blue, and that's the first preset you can have. The second one is Cozy. So as soon as I click, the lighting is changing, and in a minute we're going to get to my favorite one. Okay, that's not too bad. What's happening here, and I'll explain in a second, is I'm going through the presets, and different lighting is having different effects. Now, this, I've got to be honest, you can create your own presets. This is one I created as an example of things going wrong. Okay, so what I'm going to do very, very quickly is I'm going to select one that Logitech made, and then I'll come back to somewhere near normal. Okay, and I'm going to go with this one. Okay, so that's better. So the Logitech G Hub controls the Logitech Litra Lite, and it allows you to have 7 presets. Okay, and what you're actually doing is you're actually changing the temperature and the brightness. Now you can do this manually. You can do as many presets as you like for different circumstances. Today, I've got relatively dark outside. My office is dark, and I'm just using the light. So this is a setting I'm going to use for today. But the software is easy to use. Go to logitech.com, search for G Hub, download the software, install it. It will recognize not only does it recognize your cameras, all your Logitech cameras, but it also now recognizes the Litra light, and you can control the light from within the software on your desktop, be you on a Mac or a PC. Now, in terms of lighting, I read all the reviews after watched Marco and Daniel. I started to read the reviews. I read the reviews on Amazon.com, as we all do, and then I went over to YouTube and I watched the videos about this particular light, and I was impressed. So I went to Amazon.co.uk. I ordered the light. This being Amazon, the lights arrived the following day, and I am now the proud owner of 2 Logitech Litra lights. One is up above me, shining down at me, providing the light for this broadcast, and a second I actually put onto the Microsoft Surface Book 2, and it lights up my demonstration area. So that's why I got 2. You only 99% of the time you just need 1 light. Okay, that 1 light plugs into your PC or Mac, and you can control the light using the Logitech Litra software. And this is the Litra Glow light, and I've got to say it does glow, and it does provide good lighting for when you're live broadcasting. It is a question of choice. Yeah, you decide, how bright and what temperature you're going to have, and you can adjust it as it gets darker outside. You can adjust the lighting, simple as. Or if it gets lighter outside, hopefully it will be lighter tomorrow. So this is my first product of the day. It is my most recent purchase. The items that you see down in the carousel, I own. They haven't been sent to me for review. I bought 2 of these, and I am impressed. And just a reminder, okay, these are USB lights. They plug into a USB port on your computer, which means you need to have a free port. Okay, you cannot plug these into an extension. These have got to be plugged directly into your machine. Otherwise, if you don't plug it directly into your machine, this software will not work. Okay, because you actually get a driver error. Okay, but if you get one of these and you plug it directly into your machine, it will work straight away. Windows 10, which I'm still on, by the way, I've not gone Windows 11 yet. If you've gone Windows 11, then please let me know. I want to know what people actually think of it before I take the plunge. Keep reading things are missing. I don't know. And the thing is, I use this every day for live broadcasting. This is my production machine. I think I'll up my second machine first and see how that goes. That's probably a good idea. Okay. Do you know when live broadcasting ideas come to me, and I can just go and carry it out afterwards? So after this broadcast, I will go and check. Now, if you don't want to use the software, then you can control the light and switch it on and off. Okay. You can see how effective it is close by, and I'm just moving it around. So you could be lit by 2 lights if you wanted. Now, I do see a slight reflection in my glasses, so I'm going to switch this off. Okay, that's better. That's one thing you've got to avoid, is a reflection. Okay, I'm working on that. It may not be perfect, but I am working on it. Okay, so I'm going to come back to the Litra later in the day. It is relatively new. It is Logitech, and Logitech, as we know, are world renowned for cameras. C920, 922, 925, 930, the one that Marco knows about, and of course the Brio. Now, just to say that in my broadcast today, well, first of all, now that we've got going, welcome to the broadcast. You are, well, this is Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen Healy. Anything to do with lights and camera, anything to do with broadcasting. I broadcast over 2,000 times, and I just enjoy doing it, and I shall continue to doing it. And you are watching. I'm just going to change that slightly, just a minute. It's a bit big, isn't it? Let's just change that. You're watching Stephen live from Wiltshire in England. When we think of Wiltshire, it's a county in the south of England. It's between Cornwall and London. It's about 97 miles from London, and we can get a train into the city. We've been into London town once this year, going again in April. Looking forward to that because we're on our way over to Germany then. So that's Wiltshire. I mean, if you want to know, Wiltshire is famous for. What is Wiltshire famous for? I'm going to try and show. Here's what I prepared earlier. Okay, it looks like I've actually put it on one side. I'll put it somewhere safe. Wiltshire is famous for, of course, Stonehenge. It's famous for Salisbury Cathedral, and it's famous for Avebury Stone Circle, amongst other things. There are many wonderful places to visit in Wiltshire. I recommend that if you've got a bucket list of places to visit in England, in addition to London, of course, and Manchester and Bristol and Birmingham, they've actually put Wiltshire on your list and come and visit Stonehenge, Avebury and Salisbury Cathedral, because you can do those all in a day. Okay, so that's the lighting. Okay, and the lighting is important. I've got a comment coming in, and I'm just going to say hello to Guy. When I enlarge my screen and desktop, the carousel is on my window computer with Chrome browser. Okay, I can't, right. Guy, thank you for visiting. Thank you for your question. It's very difficult. I can't see your screen. If you want to send me a screenshot in Messenger, then I'll take it under advisement and try and help you. There are two ways you could be watching this on Amazon Live. One is with me at the top of the screen and shows underneath, and the second is just this show, in which case you've got items down the left hand side, and down the right hand side you've got the chat. Okay, I have no control over that. This is all, thankfully, this is all arranged by Amazon. I cannot change any of the screen layouts. Okay, now I do know you're on Linux, but I'm grateful for the fact that you're actually using Chrome, because Chrome is the best browser to use to actually watch live broadcasts. If you're using another browser, then please let me know. In actual fact, I have some calls to action for you as you're watching live. Okay. Okay, you can ask me questions anytime during this live broadcast about live broadcasting and any item down the carousel. I've got a sort of script I'm working to, and I will show you certain items from the carousel. If you've got questions about any item in the carousel, please do ask. And if you've unmuted and you can actually hear me now, thank you. If you haven't unmuted, then please do unmute to actually hear my stories. And I want to say thank you for watching me on Amazon Live today. Okay, oh, there's more. Oh, this is important. I'm here to help you. Yeah, I mean, we're all, when you go and watch on Amazon Live, you're watching independent broadcasters. We do not work for Amazon. We work for ourselves. And we broadcast on Amazon Live because Amazon have said that we can. In other words, you go through a vetting process. And once you get through the vetting process, I could theoretically go live on Amazon Live 24/7. That's tempting, but I restrict myself to going live at 9 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Thursday. And I love it when you actually join me live, and I love receiving comments. I'm here to help. Okay, I'm here to help. Obviously, the items in the carousel, I know I've got a reasonable knowledge of. I use them regularly. If you want to ask me anything about live broadcasting, though, then please do. And just a note, my main camera today you're actually watching is the Logitech Brio, and my microphone that you're listening to is an Elgato Wave 3. Both those items are down in the carousel. Okay, so my main camera, the one you're watching now, is a Logitech Brio, and my microphone is the Elgato Wave 3. Both amazing companies, Logitech and Elgato. Elgato do the Stream Deck. They also do the Elgato Wave 3 microphone. Okay, so that's got us off to a start. Now, talking of starts, where do you start when you're live broadcasting? And the best place to start is with the camera. Now, as I say, at the moment, I'm actually using a Logitech Brio, but this is not the first camera I ever purchased. My first purchase was, well, it's a Logitech camera. It has to be a Logitech camera. Most people use a Logitech camera, most broadcasters. So my first camera, I'm just going to go off full screen. I'm going to hide, we've explained the lighting software, and I'm just going to bring up on screen from over here, if I can. Just give me a second. Just talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Just a minute. Right. That's the way to do it. This is my second camera. If I take it off full screen, there you can see, I go side by side. There you can see the Logitech light we spoke about earlier. Okay. And what I'm going to do with that Logitech light, you won't be able to see this, but I'm going to put the light up on my Microsoft Surface Book 2. I'm going to angle it and I'm going to switch it on. And there you are. The work surface is now lit. Okay, that's why I got the second camera, to actually light the work surface so you could actually see what I'm about to demonstrate. Because I can demonstrate like this, but having a second camera, I can do the second camera because I'm in the live studio. I've got two cameras and one microphone, and I've seen a comment, and comment is coming from Guy who said he sent the image in Messenger. Thank you very much, Guy. I'll take a look afterwards. As I say, I have no control. As broadcasters, we have no control as to how the screen on Amazon Live is presented. But thank you for sending me the image. I'll take a look at it after the broadcast and see if I can get to grips with what you're talking about. Okay, so just to quote you, you are my main camera today is the Logitech Brio, and my microphone is the Elgato Wave 3. So both of those are down the carousel. I'll come to those momentarily. But what we're going to look at now, I've been broadcasting for 6 years. Okay, I've been blessed to be able to do over 2,000 broadcasts, and I broadcast on BeLive. I'm just going to go and put the logo on. I broadcast on BeLive since October 15th, 2016. So 5.5 years I've been using BeLive. I do work for BeLive, but this is my broadcast. Okay, so if you want to know anything about BeLive, you can ask me, because I work for BeLive as a content creator. I do these shows on a regular basis and as part of the BeLive team, but this is my show. Okay, now the first camera that most people buy is this. Okay, this is the Logitech Brio. No, sorry, this is the Logitech C920X. Concentrate, Stephen. This is the Logitech C920, and this is the camera that most people start off with. Okay, it's down in the carousel at the moment. Okay, and it's basically, I'm showing you this for two reasons, and hopefully this will work. The whole of this demonstration will work. This is Logitech C920X, and I've had this camera for 6 years. So if you're going to ask me, is the camera good quality, then I'm going to say to you that the camera is excellent quality. Okay, because I've had this camera for 6 years. It's as new. In fact, it's still got some cellophane on somewhere, and it was perched on top of my monitor. To put it on top of my monitor, I just pull it down like that, and it just goes on top of your monitor, and it sits there, and you angle it by adjusting that. Okay, you angle it so that the camera is pointing directly at you and you're looking at the camera. It has the lens, of course, and 2 microphones. Okay, so this is not only an external camera, it's an external microphone as well. This is, if you're thinking of live broadcasting, this is the camera to get you started because it's got a built-in microphone. The camera and the microphone are better quality than the ones built into your machine, be it PC or Mac. This is your first purchase in live broadcasting. When I talk about live broadcasting, I'm talking about Zoom and the web. Yeah. So Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, your website, the web, and then Zoom is Zoom. Now, we all want to make a good presentation on Zoom, and this camera allows you to do just that. Okay. Now, I'm broadcasting to you today. I'm not using, just a minute, I'm not using this camera, yeah, because it's not plugged in. Okay. I used this camera for 5 years, and it's a workhorse. It is well constructed. It does the job at 720 and 1080p. Now, 720 and 1080p are the number of pixels that are in, well, it's the resolution of the image that you're actually seeing. Now, you're watching me in Amazon Live today at 720p because that's what Amazon says, 720p. 720p is DVD quality. So it is quality, it is DVD quality, and the image that you're seeing on your screen now being transmitted over the internet is at 720p. If I was to broadcast onto YouTube, then I could broadcast at 1080p. Now, what does that mean? It means that the crispness, the clearness of the image is better. Yeah, you can get a better definition. Yeah, you can see more wrinkles, that's for sure. Okay, truer definition. Okay, so this is 720 and 1080. Most of your broadcasting will be at 720, so it's fine for that. Occasionally you'll broadcast at 1080. Okay, now, as I said, it goes on top of your monitor. Okay, and just to say, let that run along the bottom. I'm here to help you. It basically goes on top of your monitor, or you can fold that up and you can take a tripod, a 3-legged one, of course. Is there any other kind? And you can put the tripod into here. Yeah, just twizzle. Twizzle is a sort of technical term for actually putting the two together. You screw this round into there. Okay, this is then on the mount. Okay, and the advantage of this is that you can put the mount anywhere you want. Yeah, no problem with that. Okay, so it goes on the mount. You pull the 3 legs out to make sure that it's not going to fall over, and then he said, going over to the second camera, there it is on the mount, sort of. Okay, I know you want me to put this in, don't you? Just a minute. I'm going to do that. Okay. Most of us, when we start broadcasting with the equipment we have. You no need to buy anything at all for your live broadcasting on Zoom or the web until you know you're happy live broadcasting. What I'm doing today is a learned skill. You can teach yourself to broadcast live. You can watch other people. You can follow what they do. You can work out how you can appear on camera. It's open to everybody. And you don't need any kit to start with. But when you do start buying kit, Okay, and this is, I'm going to put this here as a bad example. Never demonstrate live. Okay, there is. I'm doing a disservice to Logitech camera now. There's Logitech camera, and it's actually on top of a mount. And if given another 5 minutes or so, I could actually get it working perfectly. For the moment, though, I think I'm going to have to say that that's an example of how not to put a camera on a mount. But we are talking not about the mount. We are talking about the camera, which is fortunate for me. Just let me dismantle it if I can, just to show you that it isn't a permanent thing. You can, if you concentrate enough, keep talking whilst taking the mount off, he said, hopefully. Right, one mount, one camera. Okay, so that was interesting. I'm going to have to straighten this up. I need to practice. One of the things about doing these live shows is that occasionally things are going to go wrong. Now, hopefully this afternoon we're going, or this morning rather, I keep forgetting I'm in the UK and you're quite probably in the States. So I'm going to take the logo off. That's the BeLive logo, and replace it with that. So the logo's gone back to me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a video up. Now, this is the C920X. Yeah, there is a C920. What's the difference between the C920 and 920X? The answer is nothing. It's the same camera. But because this is the C920X, it does have an extra. And that extra is XSplit VCam. Now, I've been using, well, rather than waffling about what XSplit VCam is, I'm going to bring this video on screen. Okay, and just a minute. No, that's not right. Okay, I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to bring this video on screen, and this will explain what XSplit VCam is. So I'm going to turn my microphone off and press play. If when I come back you can't hear me, could you please type in the comments, check your microphone. Is Paul Butcher in England, and I'm here to give you an overview of XSplit VCam, how it works. Background removal tool I've been using since January 2019, and it just keeps getting better and better. Now the image behind me is one of Salisbury Cathedral, and the acid test of any background removal tool is that you still have 10 fingers with little webbing between them. Okay, so that test passed. Second is the outline of your body. Those are the things to look for when you're looking at a green screen, the ability to actually move about. So let's take a look at the software itself, and this is the XSplit VCam program. Okay, now you notice the top there, it says original. This is me. This is also me. So this is how I look normally. Now, first stage is to actually remove the background. So let's remove the background by pressing a button, and I get background's gone. Okay, prove that if I go here, background has disappeared. Okay, so the next step is to select a background to go in place, and you can do that just by clicking an image. You'll get a different background. Okay, that's it. That's very colorful. Now, just a warning, you need to make sure that the image at the top is not too light. Okay, what you don't want is to have an image too light at the top. If you try it, you'll see what I mean. Okay, now XSplit VCam is an external program which you download from XSplit, and it sits on your computer and you can use it in this way. Okay, so over to one of my favorite backgrounds. So I'm just switching background. Now, if I go to here, you can actually see that I can get backgrounds from several sources. I can upload a media file. Okay, and I'm going to upload a media file. I'm going to go on my hard drive to artwork and to reduced. Okay, and I'm going to bring up this image, and that's it. That's how easy it is to take, and that's it. That's how easy it is to take an image from your hard drive and bring it on screen. Second thing you can do. Right, the second thing you can do, and yeah, I think my microphone's still working. If you can't hear me, then please do say. Okay, I'm going to type that in. And you're right, just a second. There's no rush. I just need to be able to type correctly, because otherwise you're going to think. I need to just change one letter. Okay, this is now a permanent sign. If you cannot hear me, can you please tell me in the comments? And I'm just going over and right, okay. And you can hear me, which is good. Okay. And Guy is saying I should have adjusted the volume during the video. But I mean, basically, I broadcast earlier today. I train people how to do this, how to go live on video, which systems to use, which lights, everything that I'm showing you today. I teach other people. And basically, I was live this morning. I played the video that I've just played you now. The video bottom right. And unfortunately, I had no sound. But today I've got sound, and I'm grateful for that. And thank you, Guy. And just check the comments again. No, it's good. Okay. I may have been too close to the microphone, Guy. The thing, just a point here, I'm going to talk about this microphone in a moment. This is the Elgato Wave 3. But the closer you get to the microphone, then the louder it is. And I've got it set so I can actually sit and you can still hear me. Okay, so I've done the optimum thing. Basically every Sunday night, what I do, I actually test everything out to make sure it works for the following week, and then I try not to change anything. That's the theory. So what we're saying is, if I go back here, is that the Logitech C920X, which is down in the carousel, is today $59.99, and you get included with it. If I hide that and hide that, included with it, you get a 3-month license of XSplit VCAM background removal software. You can do everything that I did in that video. You can have up to 100 different backgrounds. You can share your web page. You can share a YouTube video as your background. You can take images from unsplash.com. It is quite probably, I'm being totally open here, it is quite probably the best background removal software that I have ever used. And it just works out the box. I've been with XSplit VCAM since January 2019. I make these explainer videos for them. They like them, which is good. And people can see the full video on YouTube. Any video I show you today, any explainer video or any travel video, is available in full on YouTube. If you type in my name, which is there. Oh, wow. That was good. If you type in my name on YouTube, you'll find the videos. Don't do it now because we're actually in Amazon Live mode. So I'm going to take that name off screen. And just a reminder that whilst I'm live, you can ask me questions about live broadcasting and the items that are in my carousel. I'm grateful for your doing that. Now, as I said earlier, I just want to get the right thing. Okay, my main camera is a Logitech Brio. That's what you're watching now. And my microphone that Guy got me to adjust is the Logitech, Elgato Wave 3. Okay, so that's my microphone, Elgato Wave 3. I'll look at the Wave 3 in a moment. What we're going to look at now is the Logitech Brio camera. So this show is all about lights, camera, action, and we're looking at cameras, and we're looking We're looking at Logitech Brio. You're watching now. Okay, so I can't show it you. It's actually in use. Logitech Brio is, as the C920, it's 720p, 1080p, and 4K. Now, I got it for its 4K capabilities. Okay, now I can't show you it at 4K. I can only show you 720. So believe me when I say that the camera is better. The resolution of the camera is better in real life. Okay, now 720p is a DVD standard, as I said earlier. 1080p is higher than that, and then 4K. Well, we can't broadcast today on Facebook and Twitch in 4K, but I did a test. I did a test broadcast last night, and I broadcast from XSplit Broadcaster, okay, which is a desktop piece of software which allows you to go live anywhere. And I went live to YouTube in 4K, and believe me, the quality of the picture in 4K, astonishing. I've got the same Brio camera, I've got the same Elgato Wave 3 microphone, but I've got different software, and I was able to broadcast to YouTube in 4K. So where do you broadcast with a 4K camera? The answer is YouTube. Okay, when you watch the replay, okay, just a thought here. When you watch a replay on YouTube, they try to suggest that you watch it at 720p. Okay, the DVD resolution. If you click the cog on the bottom underneath the video, you can actually up that resolution, and you can up that resolution as high as 4K. Yeah, so I did the test last night, and I watched the replay on YouTube, and I thought, oh, that's okay. Well, then I realized that I needed to click the cog to get it to go to 4K. So remember, YouTube, click the cog, find out if you can watch the video in a better resolution. And if you've got the Brio 4K camera, you can broadcast to YouTube in 4K. Yeah, you can be viewed in 4K on YouTube. This is important. We don't have the internet infrastructure to be able to broadcast to the world in 4K yet, but we're getting there. And YouTube taking the first step, so allowing us to broadcast in 4K, record in 4K, and replay in 4K. As you can imagine, they're doing that costs them more than if we just went in 720. So thank you to YouTube for providing the facility. If you know any sites which take 4K video, then please let me know. Now, the whole of this broadcast is being controlled by my iPad. If you've got any questions, as Guy has made comments, if you've got any questions, then please type your questions in the comments. The thing about these comments is that once the broadcast is finished, these comments disappear. The only thing that's left behind is the video. Yeah, so you can ask me anything. Yeah, so please do ask questions about anything to do with live broadcast, anything to do with cameras, anything to do with microphones, anything to do with green screens. Okay, so the camera, I've used this camera, the Brio camera, 4K on YouTube for the first time last night, and it works perfectly. Okay, you can see me clearly now, as the song said, or I can see clearly now. Who sang that song? Who sang I Can See Clearly Now? No points for the answer, but kudos if you got it right. Okay, now, with every Logitech camera, whether you have the 920, which we saw, okay, Logitech 920 in the carousel with the 3-month license for XSplit Vcam background removal software, or the Brio that you're watching me on now, or the 920, 922, 925, 930, any Logitech camera, you can actually download software from logitech.com, and that software is called, just a minute, it's not called Salisbury Cathedral, it's actually called, I'll get there in a second, just bear with me a second. It's called Logitech Capture. You can download the software, yeah, this is what it looks like. There is two versions of software. Go to logitech.com, download Logitech Capture, works with any Logitech cameras, Guy has proved, and then install it, and you can then do this. And I'm going to show you what this is. So I'm going to share screen, and hopefully this will work. I'm going to go for an app, and I'm going to go for that app, and we no, got it. Okay. Sharing a browser tab is simple and straightforward. Sharing an app from your desktop is not, because Windows has got to decide whether that app is visible or not visible. If it's visible, it will let you share it. If it's not visible, it says no, can't find it, not playing. Anyway, it found this app. So I'm going to bring this app on screen, and I'm going to put it next to me. So let's go, take me off full screen. And you've seen the video. So I'll take the video off screen. And now you can see the software next to me. Now this software beside me actually controls the camera. Go to logitech.com, Logitech. Yeah, download the software. That's the first thing you do. It installs and it will recognize your camera. In the bottom right hand corner of this software, it's currently saying Brio 4K edition control. And this is what it is. It's now controlling my Logitech Brio camera, which you are watching. So what can we do? And my apologies for this. Okay, you're going to see some strange things in the next few moments. Don't worry, everything will come back to normal. Okay, so what can this software do? And the first thing it can do, if I go here, is I can zoom in. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put myself full screen. Are you ready for this? I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to zoom in. But I want to make a point before I zoom in again. When you are setting yourself up on camera, be the zoom meter or anything else, do not cut off the top of your head. It's the most disconcerting. People don't like it. Simple as that. If you're not showing your full face, it distracts people. Whether they want to or not, they will be distracted by the fact that they cannot see the top of your head. This is a bad look as far as live broadcasting is concerned. It's certainly a bad look as far as Zoom is concerned. Do not look like this. But you can go even further than that, and you can get bigger and bigger. That's as big as I want to be today. I'm going to bring it back now. Okay, so I'm shrinking myself, and I always wonder at this point whether it's going to work. Now, when you are presenting yourself on camera, try and get yourself in the center of the screen. Yeah, first thing. Okay, now I've got a hint of a chest set down in that corner, down there. But other than that, you just got me on screen. I'm in the middle of the screen. I'm looking, most of the time, I'm looking at the camera. The main thing, though, is I've got headspace. Yeah, don't do that. You need headspace. Okay, and my friend Lottie Hearn talks about this in a book, Confidence on Camera, which you'll find in a carousel. And that's my go-to book for being confident on camera and learning how to present yourself on camera and how to be, I suppose, how to be at one with the camera and how to be comfortable. I mean, we're not doing this. I mean, I'm doing this to show you what you can do, and I'm going to make some mistakes, and I don't have a problem with that. But your takeaway should be headroom in the center of the screen, looking at the camera. If you get one of those right in your next broadcast, and then two, then three, then you've cracked it. I can tilt the camera. I can go up. I can go down. Okay, so I'm going to go down. I can go left. I'm waiting for this to react. I can go right. So zoom, pan, tilt, left and right. Okay. The other thing I can do is, again, using the software, I can go to 90 degrees. Now, the Logitech cameras, C920, 22, 25, 930, all have a 90-degree field of view, okay? Or a 78, well, I'm going to go 90, 78, or 65, okay? How you look on camera really is up to you. And if you want to go widescreen, you can go widescreen. If you want to go standard, you can go standard, but you can do 90 degrees, 78 degrees, you're close to the camera, and 65 degrees, you are the camera. You're totally dominating this space. Yeah, this is the 65-degree angle. I prefer to be on 78. Okay, now everything I'm doing with the software that's at the side of me. This is the software that you download from Logitech.com. It's called Logitech Capture, and this is what you can do. Okay, now you can, I've got 78 degrees. Now I'm going to go to the Advanced tab, and the Advanced tab allows you to control the brightness. So let's go right to the top. Okay, now this is not a good look. If you see this look on your camera, it's because you've not got the default brightness setting, which is 50. Now, all this is personal choice. How you look on camera is at your disposal. How you change the brightness, the color intensity, the contrast is up to you. It's all in your control. It's all controlled by this software. You can use the camera straight out the box, but I would suggest that downloading the software and spending 10 and 15 minutes actually sorting out how you want to look on camera is time well spent. Okay, so brightness, and the other way on brightness, I can go right down until you can't see me. Now that's not good either, so I'm going to come back to the 50 degrees. Remember, this software controls any Logitech camera. Color intensity, I can go on the color intensity and I can go right to the top so I'm bright red, and I can be as red as I want. That is not a good look either. I'm going to go back the other way, back to 50-ish, and then right down, and now there's no color at all. Now there is a case for actually appearing in sepia if you want to make a point. I mean, everybody's color. Why don't you go live just for a change? Just go live in sepia, and all you need to do is to just adjust the settings on your camera. So I'm going to bring the color intensity back to, just give me a second, back to 50. Brightness is 50. Okay, you can change the contrast. Okay, so I can change the contrast. I can go down, I can go right the other way. I would suggest though that the best setting is 50. Okay, so I'm using the software from Logitech.com. I've seen a comment. I'll come to the comment in a minute. Thank you. And if you're watching on Amazon Live, thank you. I put the contrast back to 50. Okay, everything goes to 50. And sometimes you just got to be a little bit patient and just gently nudge it. I've got 51. I'll stick with that for the moment. Okay, auto white balance. I'm going to switch that off, and you can see the changing colors. This is compensating. Yeah, I'm going to switch it back off again. Okay, it has its uses. What doesn't have a use? Bottom left. The one that you never ever use is the bottom left one, which is auto focus. I wish I could say that. So from the top right, and I'm going to go picture in picture here so that Amazon still thinks I'm broadcasting. You can zoom in and out, you can pan left and right, you can tilt up and down, you can change the brightness, you can change the color intensity, you can change the contrast, and the default setting for all those is 50. If you make a mistake, then there is a restore defaults button, and that will put things back to where they were. Right, so just a reminder, with any Logitech Capture, with any Logitech camera, you can download Logitech Capture from the Logitech website. Just search for Logitech Capture and you can download the software and you can control your camera. You've got total control over how you look on camera. Just a reminder though, that one of the most important things about your look on camera is lighting. Okay, you must have lighting. Yeah. And the lighting I'm using, which we'll come back to later, is the Logitech Litra, which is the first item in the carousel. Okay, so lighting is important. Okay, so very good. Let's go to the iPad and take a look at what's going on. And thank you to Guy for the comments. Thank you for watching me live on Amazon Live. I'm going to say it again. Okay. Please do ask me questions about live broadcasting and the items I've got in the carousel. I'm here to help you. Okay, I'm here to help you with your buying decisions. I thought I was wearing a shirt with a collar. Okay, sorry, Guy. Whoosh. That one. Okay. And you throwing me. You win. Okay, so just to read this out again. Ask me questions about live broadcasting. This is my 6th year in live broadcasting. Or you can ask me anything about any item in the carousel. Or you can ask me anything about items that are not in the carousel. And I'm grateful for the thousands of views that I actually get when I go live on Amazon Live. Amazon Live is the best place to broadcast. Okay. Last week, my shows attracted over 14,000 views. And that's why I so enjoy broadcasting in Amazon Live, because this is where the audience is. This is where you are. This is where you're watching. We used to be able to broadcast elsewhere, but the best place to broadcast, the best place broadcaster is Amazon Live. And the 5 people from England amongst the thousands are actually broadcasting in Amazon Live, and we're so grateful to be here. And it's just an amazing experience broadcasting live on Amazon Live. So thank you for watching. Thank you to Amazon, and thank you to Guy. Okay, so over to Guy. Where's least expensive place to host a broadcast? Right, okay. In terms of hosting a live broadcast, your primary choices: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. But to actually, you mean to produce a show from? Your choices for producing a show are the following. You can broadcast using vMix, which is, if you're broadcasting $60, you can broadcast using OBS, which is totally free. You can broadcast using XSplit Broadcaster. An XSplit Broadcaster, if you pay them, then you've got XSplit VCam, XSplit Broadcaster, XSplit, 4 different programs that you can actually use which are XSplit related for a one-off fee. So you can host it on your own desktop using that software. If you want to host on the web, then I would suggest, with some bias, that if you want to host a broadcast, then the first place that I would go is BeLive, for the obvious reason that I actually work for BeLive. Okay, there are other systems available, and I have used, just let me take that off. Okay, remove. For our Wednesday broadcasts at 5 o'clock, we use Restream. Restream is a very good system. I've used Melon. I'm currently a beta tester for Wave live video. There are many, many choices, and I would say that the cost of actually hosting, I don't want to quote a figure, because if I quote you a figure, it's going to be wrong. I do know that Ian is actually putting together a what would he call it? It's a thingamajig. Ian's got a thingamajig where you can actually put in what you're looking for, and it'll tell you which system is best for you. And when his name comes to me, I'll give you more information, Guy. But the whole point of this Amazon Live broadcast, just to reiterate, is that this is about the products in the carousel, and this is a marketing situation. I'm here to give help and advice, and I'll do the best I can. But what I've got to try and do is to keep you on Amazon Live, right? Okay, I'm here to entertain, inform, and engage. Hopefully, I'm doing those things. Over to the iPad again, and I want to say, where is Elisa? Right. So basically, I'll send you a link to Ian's thingamajig, and then you can actually contrast and compare the main systems. And he's looked at 19 different broadcasting systems, and you can actually work your way through and find out the price of everyone, and click Ian's affiliate link, of course. Okay, so we're at the stage now where we are halfway through the broadcast. I think, yes, we've just gone over the halfway mark. So if you just joined me, thank you. Let's do the introduction again, because we're back at the beginning as if nothing had ever happened. So welcome to the broadcast. This is Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen, live from England in the UK. And just to confirm that, you are watching Stephen live from Wiltshire in England. When you think of Wiltshire, think of Stonehenge. We are 97 in Devizes, population 23,000, 97 miles from London is where I'm at and where I'm broadcasting today. The weather outside is, as we Brits would say, inclement or raining. We went out for a walk in the rain earlier using our Fitbit Inspire 2s, Angelica and I, my partner, and we got soaked through. I mean, we're on this, we're walking every day in 2022. We go out the door every day and we go for a walk, we take steps. And that's come hail, rain, or shine. Well, today was rain. And Angelica said, shall we? I said, no, we're going. So jackets on, hoods up, out into the rain. And we just went 3/4 of a mile, which is better than nothing. Okay. Because that's 1,500 steps in the rain. And then when you get back, you feel good. Yeah. Because you've actually done it. And we're trying to walk every day in 2022, and we're doing pretty well. Out of the 75 days so far, we've walked to 71 of those, which I think is brilliant. Okay, now, the next thing I'm going to show you, if I can get to my iPad, just a second. Just a second. I always catch my breath at this stage. Yeah, we're still live. Okay. When your iPad switches off, because the whole broadcast on Amazon Live is controlled by an iPad, this iPad. Okay, and there's Guy's comments, just to show that we're live. It's controlled by the iPad, but the iPad occasionally, if I don't speak to it nicely for a little while, it just turns itself off. Okay, so that was a panic moment. Panic over, and I'm just seeing if there's any more comments. And Guy has gone to take a break. If you want to take Guy's place and actually make comments, please do. If you've got any questions about this, please ask. If you press the center of the screen, I'm trying to touch my nose. If you press the center of the screen, you can unmute, you can actually hear what I'm saying. Okay, now, I still am, a desktop broadcaster. I love broadcasting from desktop. Okay, and I'm just going to bring in, just a minute, talk amongst yourselves. Okay. No, that's the wrong one. Who invited you in here? Just a minute. I am looking for something that's down in my carousel, and Okay. Right. So, all right. Okay. That's what you call the 10 o'clock panic. I think we're through that now. And I can just, okay. One thing I do enjoy about live broadcasting, I'm going to be totally honest here, is it's unpredictable. Okay. This is man versus technology. When you think about it, and I'm sat in Wiltshire in England, think Stonehenge, 97 miles away from London. My signal is going from my desktop over the internet to the servers, probably in Europe somewhere. From the servers in Europe, it's actually then being sent to Facebook and to YouTube and to Amazon Live until it reaches you. The fact that this technology works reliably at all is a minor miracle. And I've been here for 6 years watching this live video infrastructure grow and made hundreds of friends around the world through live broadcasting. And now I find myself, me, broadcasting from the UK on Amazon Live. I'm grateful that you're watching. Thank you for taking time to join me. We're going to move on now. And we're going to move on to basically, I just want to just make a slight change. Just give me a second. I'm just breaking the set. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm breaking the set by putting it down there and hopefully move it over there. Okay, right. Slight adjustment. Okay, now just as a reminder, my lighting today is provided by the Logitech Litra light, which is the first item in my carousel. It's a brilliant product. We know Logitech from the C9 2020, 22, 25, 930. They've now branched out into lighting. It's the same quality build, and I'm using software on my desktop to actually control my lighting. And the software works, Windows and Mac. Okay, so that's the first item in the carousel. It's newest. I buy or I own. Most of the items you see in the carousel, I actually own. Okay, so it's important to know that because I use these every single week and most of them every single day. Okay, now if I could find my, wait a minute. Just look at this for a second. Okay, so that's on screen and I'm not. Well, I just want to show you that I'm actually live. Okay. I did wonder, this is me, by the way. Okay, this is me. I did wonder, he said, where I'd actually put my phone. And I found it. Okay. I put my hand up. My phone was charging. That's why I couldn't see it. Okay, this is my phone. This is my mobile phone. This is a Samsung mobile phone. Now, I could and have gone out with my mobile phone and recorded video. As we've been out and about, I go and I record video. And that's got two problems. With an expensive camera, what I don't want to happen is for the camera to fall on the floor. Yeah. So my concentration when I'm filming is actually on the camera itself rather than what I'm looking at. Okay. Which means I'm going to miss all the best shots. Yeah. In fact, I won't know I've missed them. I'll just miss them. The other thing is that if I'm walking with this camera, okay, this camera, then it's going to shake. Yeah. As I walk up and down, as you walk up and down, this camera is actually going to go up and down, which is not good. If you're shooting video with a camera that's going up and down, it's great for your own personal use. But if you want a professional, semi-professional video, then what you want to be doing is getting one of these. And when I say one of these, this is the case for one of these. Okay, this is the carrying case, and this is a genuine Hohem gimbal. Okay, the job of a gimbal is twofold. One, it has a clamp. Okay, I'm going to show you the clamp. The clamp is there. Okay, so I'm going to point that at the camera. That's where your phone goes, in the clamp. I'm going to put a whole lot. Your phone, oh good, your phone goes in the clamp, so it's held tightly, yeah. And if it does fall, it's going to be protected because your phone is inside the clamp. It's not going to actually, this will touch the pavement first. The other thing is that this is called the Hohem iSteady gimbal. I'm just going to find it for you in the carousel. Just a second. Ah! Oh, wow. A wow moment. Okay. This is the Hohem 3-axis gimbal. This is. And today it is 15% off. If you click the link in the carousel, you'll get a 15% discount. It is $84.14. Now, what happens with these Amazon Live broadcasts is, as broadcasters, we don't work for Amazon, we work for ourselves. We've been vetted, yeah, to actually broadcast on Amazon Live, and we're actually given discounts as we're broadcasting live. So I can tell you that whilst I'm live, this gimbal, this very gimbal, is, well, it is 15% off. It's $84.14. Now, I could wax lyrical about this. I could show you it. I could put it in front of the camera there. I could show its best sides. I could switch it on and off. The question we all want answered is, what does a video like that look like when you use a gimbal? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to one that I made earlier, and I'm going to go, where shall I go? I'll go here. Right, this is a video that I made earlier, and it's quite possible that you might recognize where the video was shot. Okay, this video, which is the whole video, is on YouTube. This video was actually shot using, this video was created using the Hohem gimbal. Just let me make one change, because I prefer that typeface going across the bottom. So this video was used, well, I'm going to be quiet now, and I'm going to put the video full screen, switch my microphone off, and press play. Not raining, it's a sky, and I'm just going to walk around the henge and give you a tour. Well, let's go. Right, there aren't too many people here. Basically, it's to wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy, healthy and prosperous New Year from Angelica and myself, and for everybody visiting Stonehenge today. Boxing Day 2021. Okay, I think we're in the clear now, hopefully. Right, so as usual, broadcasting on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter and my website, and that's just a beautiful sight, especially as it's a beautiful day, as I pan around to give you some idea of the countryside around the henge. Now the henge is not on its own. There are burial mounds all around, and behind me is my wonderful partner Angelica, who is looking the other way. Hello. Right. And going over to, now this is the road people slow down here because they've actually got a view of Stonehenge. So the traffic along this road gets congested during the week, and that's the road that they're actually going to replace with a tunnel. Now, the tunnel won't go directly under Stonehenge, thank goodness, because we don't want Stonehenge to subside into a pile of rubble. But it will go within half a mile of Stonehenge, and I think the current state of play is that it's going to go ahead. And the idea is that the road that we're looking at now will just be closed, or not as busy. I mean, it's Boxing Day today, but you can see there's a queue of traffic over there, and that's what happens, is you get a queue of traffic on the road on what should be a 5-minute journey. Can turn into a 30-minute journey. Okay, I'm not sure what we caught on camera there, but right, okay. Now, all the time that I've been walking along here, the sun has been in my eyes, so I'm going to hopefully turn sideways and give you another view of Stonehenge. Right, what I'm going to do now, because I've got a YouTube video player here, is I'm going to take you a bit closer to Stonehenge. And we're going to go here. Okay, just a second. I'll get it right in a second. Okay, so we're now closer to the henge. I'll just play this for another minute or so. We'll see. On Boxing Day. I think I've seen the spot where I can stop. That's if nobody actually gets there first. Okay, but you can see what a glorious day it is out in the sunshine. That's Stonehenge.
You running up and down? Daddy and everyone up here, didn't we? And Granny and Uncle Mike. Corin, watch out where you're going, dear.
Right, okay. Hopefully. Right. Right, okay. I'm just going to put this up now. Just a minute. I need to take that off, which I can do, and just put this notice up because I've just been playing a video. If you cannot hear me, would you let me know? Okay, and I want to say hello to Lily. Lily, thank you for commenting. I am in the UK, you're quite correct, and I am 25 miles away from Stonehenge. Okay, so I'm in the south of England in a county called Wiltshire. We're 97 miles from London, and I am very close to Stonehenge. We are fortunate to be able to visit there 3 or 4 times a year. Okay, so thank you for your comments. And basically, the beauty of Amazon Live is that we can decide how we're going to produce our shows. And I'm a firm believer of not having the distraction of music in my broadcasts, and it's my choice, and that's it. If I was doing the music show, if I was broadcasting music, then I would quite happily play music, but I'm not here to play music. This is, you see, I take your point totally. The thing is that if I played Led Zeppelin or the Rolling Stones or Def Leppard now on this show, then this show will be taken off the air. Facebook will close us down, YouTube will close us down, because I'm not just broadcasting on Amazon Live. Copyright is important, and Facebook and YouTube and Twitch all monitor copyright. And as soon as you play copyright music, your show is taken off air. Simple as that. Because they've got the artificial intelligence working in the background, checking whether you're playing music that you shouldn't do. So I can't do that, except there is a website called mixcloud.com, mixcloud.com, and that website actually, if you go over there, you can play any music you like. You can invite an audience. You can be on video. You can play copyrighted music as much as you want. And what happens is, when you play a Rolling Stones track, the Rolling Stones get royalties. When you play a Beach Boys track, I know I'm going back a bit now, the Beach Boys get royalties. So in other words, it is a fully licensed site. Mixcloud.com has spent 3 years going around all the major publishing houses, getting the permission to actually allow their broadcasters to play licensed music. So I'll put that in the comments here for you, but I'm not going to play music on this show because this show is about lights, camera, and action, and music has no part. Let me type this in. Mixcloud.com. So if you want to listen to, or you want to play music, copyrighted music, then go to Mixcloud.com. Not now, because we're on Amazon Live, but that's the place to actually play music, because that's all it's designed for, is playing music. And you'll find thousands of DJs around the globe playing music, and you can find some fantastic guys over there. I mean, I'm an amateur, and I go over there at 12 p.m. Eastern on a Friday, and I play my playlist, which I think is pretty good because it's rooted in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. But I do not play music on my Amazon Lives because I'm actually broadcasting to Facebook and YouTube at the same time, and I don't want my live broadcast to be taken off air. So I do not play music, and this is just a personal thing. I don't like elevator music. Yeah. So I just don't do it. I mean, that's the thing about being able to produce your own show. You can actually decide what's in the broadcast. So I don't do elevator music. Okay, so we're talking about, if we rewind a few moments. Okay, thank you for the questions, Lily. If we rewind a moment, we were talking about, seems ages ago now, we were talking about this, which is the home gimbal, which is down the carousel, which means you don't have to concentrate on your phone, you're not afraid of dropping it, and when you go up and down, the gimbal balances it. This is why it's called the iSteady gimbal, because its job in life is to actually steady things. You put your camera, mobile phone in there, you switch it on, that's it, job done. And it simply works. Now, I'm just going to hide that and bring this in. And I'm going to go side by side. And like that. Okay, so changing the set, and there we have it. Okay, so that's the gimbal, but this is one of four things. You need your phone, you need the gimbal, but you'll notice that when I did the video, I'm going to put the gimbal safely over there and move my phone. Okay, this is live. And there's the tripod stand from earlier. I'm putting that away as well. The next thing I want to talk about is this. Okay, we've got it. This is a lapel microphone. If you're recording using your mobile phone and gimbal, then you could use your internal microphone, okay, on your phone. But the problem with that is, whilst you can make it single direction, it will still pick up the noise from around you. Okay, can't help it. This, however, is the lapel microphone, and its job in life is to actually hear you and your voice. Now, if we go over here, that's the box to look out for. If you click the link in the carousel, you'll be taken to the box. But this is the carrying case for the lapel microphone, and it says words can change lives, record them perfectly. And I think that's brilliant on the back of this. And if I open this, yeah, we can see that when I take it out, here it is. And here is the lapel microphone. You have the microphone itself, which is there. And the microphone itself has a crocodile clip, which allows you to actually connect it to your clothing. Okay, you press the clip, and in summer you actually clip it on your t-shirt. In winter, you clip it on to your outer garment. Now, the other end of it, the cable end goes into the bottom of your mobile phone, and get your phone the right way up and just plug it in. Okay, that's it connected. There's the microphone. And the cable, I love the cable tie, because that keeps the cabling secure. I mean, this is about 3 foot long, and it's squidged, so that's good. As soon as you actually plug it in, then your microphone on your mobile phone is cut out, and it's replaced by this. Now, this is a high quality, high spec microphone, and that's why I use it. Is because when I go out filming with the gimbal, I actually give a narrative, a narration over and above. Now, when you're out visiting, you use your own personal knowledge. I revise in the morning before we're going out, so I know what to talk about. And then I make sure it's recorded using this. This means that all background noise is actually, it doesn't exist. Okay, you still hear it in the background, but the main sound on your recording is from this microphone. And this is a difference between an amateur video and a semi-professional to professional, is the lapel microphone. And look out for the bright, get it the right way up, the bright yellow box, which if you click the link in the carousel, you'll go directly over there and you'll be able to discover more. But I use this every time I go live. I've been going live, when I actually go out with my mobile phone, this one, I actually go around with the gimbal filming, but I'm actually live. I'm live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and my website, all at the same time. Yeah. And that's because of the piece of software that I actually use. Now, if you are on Android, then the software you want is called Astro Streaming Studio. With that software, you can go, it's either free or $10 a year. You can go live to Facebook from your phone using all the attributes that Astro Streaming Studio has. Now, I use another piece of software to actually take that signal and take it from Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and my website. But Astro Streaming Studio I've been using it now since March 2021. It works perfectly. Okay, so we've got 3 things. We've got the gimbal, we've got the phone, we've got the gimbal, we've got the lapel microphone. Okay, now ordinarily you say, well, what else do I need? Well, what else you need is this, and it's now down in the carousel. Okay, and it's this, and it's a battery power pack. This is a true story. This is a sad true story. Just a moment. I want to hide that so I can bring a link, can't I? Okay. Top left is Portsmouth Royal Naval Dockyards, which was the home of the Royal Navy until 1992, when they actually moved up to Scotland. And we went for a tour of the Royal Naval Dockyards, and as you can see, it's got ships in it, which you'd expect of a dockyard. And it's got HMS Warrior, which was the first metal-clad ship. It's got HMS Victory, and it's got the Murray Rose. The Murray Rose was commissioned by Henry VIII and actually sank on its maiden voyage. But I'd taken the gimbal and I was filming, and we did the HMS Warrior, and we did HMS Victory, which was the Battle of Trafalgar in 1812. And I was just going around to the Murray Rose when signal, well, my mobile phone video just stopped, and then my mobile phone stopped. I ran out of power. So now I always carry this with me, and this is a charger. It's down in the carousel at the moment, and today that unit is 10% off. It's $28.75. This is the very unit, and this means that I could have, if I'd had this with me. I did try and charge my phone the night before, but I've forgotten. If I'd had this unit with me, then I could have plugged it in to the phone's USB-C port and carried on filming. This is now in my rucksack every time I go out and about. Yeah. The other thing is that this unit is not just for mobile phones. This unit can also charge your Fitbit, and we spoke about the Fitbit Inspire 2 earlier. Okay, it can charge Fitbits. It can charge anything that has a USB-C connection. We should all have one. I'm glad I have one. It goes in my rucksack when I go out. When I'm in the office, it's in the office. I use it to charge things. Right, all of which gives me a little excuse to show you another video actually shot with the Home gimbal. So I'm in the Home gimbal, which is on discount today. It is, just a minute, just let me read this. The Home gimbal is 15% off today. It's $84.14. This video that you're about to see was shot with the gimbal. So let's put the video full screen. Okay, I'm going to switch my microphone off and press play. Is ironclad ship built in Great Britain, and it's steam powered, not sail powered, and we're just going to walk alongside to give you an idea of the size of this. Over there is a tower, 385 feet. I think you can actually go up in a lift to the top, but we're concentrating on the shipping today as we're at the dockyards. Welcome to HMS Warrior, Her Majesty's ship Warrior, or His Majesty's ship as it was when it was commissioned. And this is just an amazing place. As I pan round, we're actually, the estuary is over there, and we have all the buildings on the right. As usual, I'm broadcasting on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and my website, live from Portsmouth in England, as Angelica and I do our tour of Hampshire. Okay, so I'm trying to avoid people. And hello.
Are you going on board?
No, we're not.
No,
Okay. I think you're not allowed to photograph on board, hence his question, which is a fair one. Today we're just taking a walk around the dockyards as opposed to touring the facilities. It's wonderful because you can actually get onto the dockyards for free, which is what we've done today, and you can walk around and you can film, and nobody's going to stop you. So I'm going to go as far as here and then turn around and watch Angelica coming towards us, and we'll turn around and head back because we don't know what's going to come next. We've just done this part, so Angelica's going to follow me as I turn around. Hey, come here. Right, okay. So we've not been here before, so whatever we see next is a mystery to us as well as to you. But this is Portsmouth, which was the foremost naval dockyard. We've just learnt earlier this morning that the first ships to leave England for Australia in the 1700s left from Portsmouth, and we saw the site where they actually left from. That's the first 11 ships to actually go to Australia, and that coincides with the founding of Australia, and it's part of history. And I did photograph it this morning, but I didn't have the video on, so you'll see. Right, this video was created using the home gimbal. What I'm going to do now, because this is a video player in my live settings, is I'm going to go over here, fast forward the video, so that we can take a look at what's at the end of these railings, which is here, and you're now about to see HMS Victory, just as we saw it for the first time back in December. Okay, off we go. See photographs, which is what I'm doing, as you know, at the moment. So just a reminder, we're at Portsmouth Naval Dockyards. We're conducting our own walking tour, and we're delighted that you could join us. That is just, you can go on board any of these, but for today we've just decided that we're going to return to Portsmouth and spend the full day here, because we've only got sort of half a day. There are 11 different attractions and we can't possibly do them all in one day, but this is just stunning. This is just stunning. Covers it. That was shot with the HMI Steady gimbal, and the Royal Naval Dockyard is down in Portsmouth. And I just want to put this on screen just for a second to say, if you cannot hear me, please tell me. Okay, I'm just having a little bit of fun today with what happens after I play the video in my studio. So if you cannot hear me, then please tell me. I'm watching on my iPad. Yeah, I've got all the comments, and Lily is saying that's very nice. Thank you, Lily, and thank you for joining me live today. And thank you, everybody, for actually joining me live today. So as I've got no comments, it means that you can still hear me, which is good. I'm going to hide the video, go back to side by side, and you can see that I've actually cleared up the desk and all is good. So I'm going to now just change things slightly. Okay, and I'm doing this just to show you this. Just let me find something. Bear with me a moment. I want to find something. I should have it in my studio, and no, I don't. Okay. The thing is, we've got different studios now, and I can swap from one studio to another, and I haven't got my act together yet. It's taken me 2 weeks to get where I am. Hopefully by next week, well, everything will be sorted. Okay, now I'll take that out of the way, and come back to me. Right, now the thing is, I've shown you Logitech C920, which comes with the background removal software, 3 months of. I've shown you the Brio, which you're watching now, and I am today, if I go here, okay, oh no, that's not it. That's the wrong one. Okay, wheels are falling off. Okay, yeah, please unmute to hear my stories and ask any questions. Totally appreciate it. Also appreciate if you're enjoying this broadcast, and I hope you are, then please do press the follow button, which is underneath. And following is important. We're all independent broadcasters, and we're all looking to have a following. Now, it has two effects. Three. One, we don't get notified of who you are. Your details stay with Amazon, never reach us. We cannot market to you. We would not market to you. Two, if you click the follow button, then next time I go live, you'll get notified. Okay, that's important. The other thing is, if you click the following tab up above this broadcast, you can see everybody you followed, and you can catch their latest shows live or as a recording. So it helps everybody if you follow. If you are enjoying the broadcast, then please do follow. Now, I explained earlier in my studio, I can have two cameras. So this is the Logitech Brio, and this one here is my OBSBot Tiny. Now I'm going to put the OBSBot Tiny in the carousel at the bottom whilst I explain about it. If I can find it. I got it. Okay. Now just to say that the camera I'm about to show you is 15% off today. That's the OBSBot Tiny camera, which is down in the carousel at the moment. Click the link to find out more, but I'm going to give you my view on it. Okay. I'm going to put the OBSBot Tiny full screen. Okay. So at the moment, it's focused on my desktop. And the first thing about the OBSBot Tiny is, well, come back to me for a second. Sorry. If you take a Logitech camera, it's got three fields of view. Okay. 90 degrees, 78 degrees, and 65 degrees. The OBSBot Tiny has 270 degrees of view, which means that I can, using the software provided for free with the hardware, I can go from my demonstration area, which is live, and that's where my phone is now. I can go to me. Okay, so you can now see me live on camera, on the OBSBot camera, and I can go to a third location. And that's a picture of Avebury Circle, which is about 25 minutes away from me. And I can zoom in a little bit if you like, or I can zoom out. I'm using the software that's actually supplied with the camera. Okay. Now, 270 degrees field of view is better than the Logitech cameras. The quality of the video is 720 and 1080. So as we said, we're broadcasting today on Amazon Live at 720. We can go to 1080. The higher the number, the clearer the picture. 720 DVD quality, 1080 DVD plus quality. Okay, but I can go from one location to a second location to a third location. And as you've probably gathered by now, I haven't worked out what my third location should be. So let's come back to me. Now, the thing about this software is rather special because this is something that very few cameras at this price have. The price point today of $169.95 makes this a bargain in my mind, because this camera actually has inbuilt tracking. So as I move, the camera is reframing me. It's working out the headroom I need at the top, and I'm positioned in the center and I'm looking at the camera. Now, as I move, I'm going to move. As I move, you'll notice, and I love this, I've got to say, I actually love this, the camera moves with me. Okay, and I just find this fascinating, endlessly fascinating, because it means that I can sit down and present to you as I do with the Brio, but I can also move about the room and this camera will follow me. Just a moment. Just want to do something, and again the camera is following me. So this is the OBSBot Tiny camera, okay, and it's following me as I do things, and it's reframing me constantly as I move. And I can give it hand gestures. I can tell it to stop and to start following me. Okay, that's the way you control it. You control it with your hands. You can zoom in or you can zoom out. So you've got two sets of hand controls. Yeah. But it means that I can actually demonstrate while I'm stood up, so that I can take out, what should I do? I'll do these. Okay, I can actually demonstrate while I'm stood up, which to me is brilliant, because you've got more energy when you stood up and you're demonstrating. You have more energy than when you're sat down. Okay, and I just want to make an adjustment. Just give me a second. Okay, and go here. Yep. Right, I just want to make an adjustment. You know, I did put my hand up. Well, it obeyed me. Right, okay. Down in the carousel, a bit to the right, you'll find these. These are Aftershokz earbuds and earphones. They are waterproof. Okay, good for outdoors, for walking, running, jogging, and cycling. These are your headphones you want. They are over the ear. They are bone conducting headphones, which means the sound waves travel through your skull and you hear them just as you would if you'd got earbuds in your ear canal. The only thing is that because they're not inside your ear canal, they're not irritating. I can wear these for 3 or 4 hours at a time. Listening to music and podcasts, I forget I'm wearing them. It's as simple as that. Yeah, I love these headphones, and you can make and receive phone calls, and they're so simple and straightforward to use. They pair with your phone. You should go to Bluetooth on your phone. You find the Aftershokz, press connect, and then you can listen to Amazon Music and your favorite podcast. And I keep upsetting my camera. Just a minute. Okay, you can listen to music in your favorite podcast. Okay, but we are talking about the Obswat tiny camera. And as you can see, as I move about the room, okay, hopefully this will work. Just a second. As I move about the room, the camera isn't following me. Okay, I've got to, okay, just a second. Right, okay, now, the thing about this is, it's very simple and straightforward. Let me go here. Okay. I'm back. Basically, that was not quite the demonstration I had in mind, but it does give you the power of the Obsbot and what you can actually do with it. Just a minute. Okay. And the fact that normally, except when you're live on Amazon Live occasionally, it will follow you. Yeah, it's a great camera. It's the most fun I've had with the camera. The ability to have 3 different positions, the ability to track you, the ability to zoom in and zoom out. It is for money, and today at 15% off, 169.95 is a great value item. Down the carousel, if you click the link in the carousel, then you'll find out more. But in addition to that, you'll also find that there's a new Obswat camera, which is the Obswat Tiny. So it's no, the Obswat 4K, which is a 4K camera with 4 times zoom. Okay, and as we just said earlier, you can use a 4K camera to broadcast to YouTube. Yeah, so that's where we can use it. I tested it the other day, and we can broadcast live on YouTube. I'm going to take off the Aftershokz. Okay, you can have different colors. You can decide which color of Aftershokz you actually want to use. Okay, and I'm coming back to me. Okay, so you can decide which color of Aftershokz you actually want to use. Okay, and I'm going to go back now to my first camera, which is the Logitech Brio. So now I'm back. Now, at the top of this show, we actually talked about the importance of lighting. And all the time I've been broadcasting, my lighting has been provided by one Logitech Litra light. Okay. These are better than ring lights. This is new from Logitech, relatively new. I saw it on a broadcast the other day when Daniel Sigmund was talking to my good friend Marco Nova. I'm going to stop sharing. And I just love the Litra light. It works. Just to show you, if I switch the light off, yeah, it is so effective. I have no other lighting on. Okay, and if I switch the light on, and we're talking, it's heading up to 4 o'clock in the afternoon in the UK, switch the light back on, I can have various settings for the light. There are 7 presets, so I can go bright. And I'm just going through, and cycling through the presets that come with the light, you can adjust the temperature of the light and the brightness of the light simply by clicking an option. And this is one I did myself, which doesn't work. You can set your own up, and you're probably going to be far better than I am at actually setting up. In actual fact, let's go to the one I created, which is this one. And what I need to do is to decrease the brightness, decrease the color, and we're getting somewhere back to normal. Okay, so you can set up, using the Litra, you can set up your own lighting, and you can adjust it for different broadcasts. Okay, I'm going to go over to my iPad, and thank you for watching me live on Amazon Live. Now, that's the Logitech Litra. It is $59.99. I can actually show it to you. Just a minute, because I was so impressed by it. Just a second. I actually bought 2 of them. Okay. So let's move that to one side. This is the light that's actually been lighting the broadcast today. This is the only light that's lighting the broadcast. This is the Logitech Litra. I need to go further out. In fact, I can go here. Okay, and I can go here. Okay, this is the Logitech Litra light, and when supplied, you have wrapping around the bottom and wrapping around the back of the light. All it requires is at the back you have a USB-C socket, okay, and you plug your USB lead into the socket, and you're now powering the unit. Okay, the unit is now powered. I can prove that by actually switching it on. Okay, it's got a manual control on the back, which allows you to switch it on and to change the temperature of the color and the brightness. There are 7 presets, but you can set up your own as well. So you can have infinite number of different settings depending on the lighting you want. And just to remind you that if I switch my light off, I go dark. I'm being lit by the Litra from Logitech. Now, Logitech are world famous for cameras, C920, 922, 925, 930. This is their first light, and they've already upgraded the software. There is a software that actually comes with it. You go to the Logitech site and you download G-Hub. Now, G-Hub is well known to gamers world over, and they now have a situation where the light is actually controlled by the G-Hub software, and I can go from bright to comfy to there, and I can change the lighting instantly. And I think this is going to be the first of many lights that we see from Logitech. It is lightweight. Okay, I'm going to switch it off so I don't have too much glare about. So it's off now. I'm going to bring it up here so you can actually see it. At the front is a ledge which you can lift up, and that goes over the top of your monitor. Okay, so you can position this over the top of your monitor. The light itself, you can extend it. Okay, so the light actually extends. You get it down at the bottom, and then you can extend it. You can bend the light forwards to throw light onto an area, which is what I was doing with the demonstration area. You can take it back up again, so you can have tilt forward those angles. You can tilt sideways, so you could angle the light down towards you. You can tilt both ways. Yeah, so the tilt is both ways. In addition to that, if you want to take this and you want to put it on a tripod, okay, you can. You can unfasten the stand that it's on at the moment, the one that goes over your monitor. You can unfasten this, and you can then replace it with a tripod stand. I'm just trying to get these on screen at the same time. We'll get there. Replace it with a tripod stand, and then you can put the tripod anywhere in your office. Okay, absolutely brilliant. And I'm so happy I bought 2 of them. If it's a Logitech product, then we know the build quality is good, the longevity is good. I showed you a Logitech camera earlier that I've had for 6 years. Logitech is a good quality build. I watched the show last week. Just a minute. I watched the show last week with Daniel Sigman of Logitech and Marco Novo, my good friend, who may be broadcasting an Amazon Live later today. I was so impressed by Daniel's demonstration of the light and the way that the light looked that I went off to YouTube, checked a couple of the reviews on YouTube, came back to Amazon.com, read the reviews on Amazon.com, ordered it from my Amazon in the UK. It arrived the following day, took it out of the box. It was up and running in 2 minutes. I downloaded the software, and the software, I'll just show you the software because I've been talking about it. I'm going to share it on screen with you just a minute. And if I go here and here, and I'm going to bring it up on screen, just a second. Let's go here and bring it up on screen. Okay, and I'm going to put it at the top. Just give me a second to adjust. This is the software that comes with the light. And as you can see, you can change the temperature, you can change the brightness. You're in total control of this light. And that gives you, I mean, the fact that you can control the heat and the brightness gives you total control of the light. And as you've seen, I have been lit on purpose today by just one of these. Yeah, so this is how good the lighting is. At the moment, outside it's grey and overcast. There isn't a single light on in my office. The only light that you've been watching today is the Logitech Litra. And I've got to say that I am so impressed by this, that I think that this is a great addition. Now, the way that I work, what I'm doing is I'm improving my broadcasting studio one step at a time. Yeah, I've got the lighting sorted. I've got the Logitech Brio camera. I've got the Elgato Wave 3 microphone. I'm improving my studio. As I improve my studio, I learn about the equipment. It goes into the carousel once I know how to work it. And then I come on here, I come on Amazon Live. Thank you for spending time with me today. I come on Amazon Live and I can tell you all about it. In other words, this is practical hands-on information. Now, if you're buying one of these ultralights, you will not have a problem. It works out the box. I can control the light. I can go over to the software and I can change the lighting at the flick of a switch. Yeah, I can change the quality of the lighting. I can change the brightness. I can change the temperature. It is just so easy to use. 7 presets. You can set up your own settings as well. So infinite, really. Yeah. It's just brilliant. But to be able to, it's a win-win to be able to improve my studio and explain why I've chosen, what I've chosen, when I've chosen it. Some of the, yeah, basically, I go through the carousel during the course of the week. I'm live Monday through Friday at 9 AM Eastern every single day. And I love the fact that you've joined me today. I'm going to just show how easy it is to actually switch this light on, switch it off again. Okay, so on and off, just by the flick of a switch, he said, or by software. Yeah, software is free. You download it from the Logitech site. It's well-proven software. What they've done is they've woven the Logitech Litra light into G-Hub, which is a long-standing Logitech product for gamers. and it just works so sweetly. It is a perfect product to actually finish the broadcast today. Now, I just want to say that, let's go up here. This is Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen Healy. I am broadcasting. You're watching Stephen live from Wiltshire in the UK. I so enjoy doing this. I've done over 2,000 live broadcasts. You're more than welcome to join me Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern, and ask me questions. Any questions about anything that's down the carousel. Yeah, anything at all. Or about live broadcasting. Thank you for the comments to Guy and to Lily. And I'm just going to go to my iPad and, oh, Lily. Thank you for the follow. Altaf. Right, okay. What a wonderful note to end the broadcast on. Lily and Altaf, thank you very much for following me today. It makes a difference to, as I said earlier in the broadcast, if you didn't catch it, we are independent broadcasters. We do not work for Amazon. I'm proud to be in the UK and broadcasting on Amazon Live. I'm so happy that you're spending time with me today. If you enjoy what I'm doing, follow me as Lily and Altaf have. My gratitude knows no bounds, because in terms of credibility on Amazon Live, it is a question of following. Following is important, and I appreciate every single follow I get. I never forget a name. I mean, Amazon Live blows me away. This is the best place by far to actually live broadcast. I mean, I broadcast on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and my website. Amazon is the best. You are the best. I want to say thank you for watching me today. Thank you for taking time. If you've got questions, join me 9 a.m. Eastern tomorrow or Friday. Enjoy the rest of your day. This has been Stephen live from Wiltshire, England, ready for a cup of tea. Take care, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.